I want to thank all the members for, many of you have changed your schedules just to be here, and I really do appreciate that. And I think it's very, very important. I'm talking to both sides. Thank you very much. Ms. Plescat.
Thank you very much. Before I go on to my questioning, but Mr. Ross, you're aware also that Thomas Jefferson believed that slaves should be counted as 3/5 of a person for a population basis, so I'm not sure if Thomas Jefferson should be the litmus test for what we should be doing for a counting census. I wanted to ask you about the citizenship piece that you have here in the questions. I note that you have different delineations of categories for individuals. Where would individuals that were born in the District of Columbia fall under?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question.
Where would individuals who were born in the District of Columbia fall under your census question, your citizenship question? They are not born in a state, nor are they listed as Puerto Rico, Guam, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Northern Marianas, or were they born abroad? Where would they check off?
I think that would require a legal decision. I'm not sure I'm qualified.
So, but that's the question as how you have it outlined here, the different buckets that individuals could put down.
Oh, yes. The reason that we had for using those particular buckets is those are the ones that were asked repeatedly on the American Community Survey.
So where would someone from the District of Columbia check?
I'm sorry, ma'am, I wasn't able to finish my answer.
But I just need an answer to that. Where would they check?
I'm trying to answer your first question, if I could be permitted to
Where would they
so.
check on your list?
Reason that we use the exact same question.
I'm not interested in why you use the question. I just want to know if someone born in the District of Columbia, where would they check off on the listing that you have here?
I think the list speaks for itself, ma'am.
It doesn't speak for itself because you have born in the United States. Are you saying that people who are from Puerto Rico, Guam, the U.S. Virgin Islands, or Northern Marianas, not born in the United States? That's a separate one. But so where would individual from the District of Columbia? I think you're just showing that even from this alone, you don't think of individuals born in the territories as being part of the United States. And I'm just wondering where someone from the District of Columbia, if you were to make the argument that it's states, that is not a state.
Would the gentleman yield?
My question, no, I will not yield. I don't have a lot of time. So I wanted to ask you about the Census Bureau Chief Scientist report that you discussed. You said Mr. Dowd wrote to you about the effect of the cost and accuracy of the census. He estimated that the addition of a citizenship question would lower response rates by approximately 5.1% and would, quote, also reduce the quality of the resulting data, lower self-response rates, degrade data quality because data obtained from NRFU, non-response follow-up, have greater erroneous enumeration and whole person imputation rates. Mr. Secretary, is that what the memorandum stated?
Chief Scientist Aboud also testified under oath. With your permission, Mr. Chairman, I'll put up.
No, I saw that. I just wanted to know, is that correct that he stated what I just quoted to you?
Can you refer me to the section of the memo that says that, ma'am?
I think the memo is already listed in the record, and in that memo, he states the lower response rate to be approximately 5.1%. Mr. Secretary Ross, I understand that you're a businessman, and as such, you understand the cost and accuracy and the need for cost effectiveness. Why would you be in favor of something that was more costly and diminishing the accuracy of your census by putting in the citizenship question?
The reasons for including the citizenship question are the ones that are outlined in my March 26, 2018 decision memo. Those are the bases on which I concluded that it was appropriate to ask the citizenship question.
Your chief scientist...
I'm sorry, ma'am, may I finish my answer?
No, you may not, because you're taking quite a while to answer the question, and most of my questions do not require that much of a response. So I need to get to other questions in here. But the reason I'm asking that is because you testified before this committee in October that most of the census budget is spent on encouraging the last few million households to respond, whereas it says in the scientific report of Dr. Aboud that it will cost you $27 million additional funding to take up the inaccuracy of that. And in the court's opinion, which is the court's opinion of the State of New York versus the Department of Commerce and New York Immigration versus the United States Department of Commerce, that it's unlikely to remedy the reduction self-response rates, which means that hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people will go uncounted in the census if the citizenship question is included. Why would you want to increase the cost for that question?
The gentlelady's time has expired, but you may answer the question.
I have nothing to say, sir.
Very well. Mr. Heiss.